Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Smart HVAC Marketing Podcast. My name is Eric Thomas. I'm the host of the show, and this is our first time ever live streaming this. So if you're listening to this on your preferred podcasting platform, well, then just know that in the future, you'll be able to stream these live on Facebook and YouTube. Today, we are joined by Tyler Bauer from Bauer Heating and Air Conditioning, located in Roanoke, Virginia. Tyler, how you doing?
Doing well, doing well. Good to join, listen to a few of your podcasts, and happy to be on.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for checking it out in the past, Tyler. Tyler, go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us a little bit more about your business.
Yeah, so I'm Tyler Bauer. Um, I my dad actually started the business back in '04. He's been in the business for about 30 30 to 40 years now, actually. So yeah, he started the business, and pretty much, I've been working since high school here in the summers, and then I went on to Virginia Tech, studied marketing there, and then came back. I worked for another company, not in HVAC, for a year, and then I came back here. Decided I wanted to do a little bit of work here, so. Um, I started out in the field. My dad wouldn't let me do anything else other than go out in the field for a year, just to see what it's all about. And I'm glad that that happened. Seeing all what the guys do here, it really helped me a lot. So then after a year, I came here in the marketing department. We've been doing a little bit of marketing here and there, but we wanted to up it a little bit. So we've always done some TV ads and whatnot, but we wanted to revamp that, and we went with we have a local advertiser here, advertising company here, and I'm on the phone with them weekly. So that's a little bit about me, short and sweet, but yeah, I like the advertising and marketing part probably a little more than your average HVAC company.
Yeah. So he started in '04. So, and I saw on the website that you graduated from tech in 2017. So my guess is that you were probably in third or fourth grade when he started the business. Is that right?
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, he started it back then, and yeah, I was a little kid, so I really didn't know what was all going on back then. But now it's come full circle. So.
Yeah. So what did it look like when you were working in the business in high school and then also in those other times before you joined on full time to do marketing and sales? What were you doing then?
Yeah, so like in high school, I was doing anything from wrapping ductwork. We have a ductwork shop, a metal shop here on site, and so that helps us a lot, especially with our new construction type things, or even our uh, retrofit change out type jobs. And so I was wrapping duct for most of the summer. Um, and then also going out with service guys, trying to learn that a little bit too, seeing their face to face with customers, and then helping a little bit with change outs, but not too much. I didn't really get into that until I came here full time. So.
Yeah. What are some of the things that you learned when you were out in the field with those technicians?
Oh man, it would take days to explain it. No, mostly I got an appreciation for them, that I would not have gotten unless I if I didn't go out there. It was pretty cool to see what they do day in and day out, and not just the things they do, but the obstacles they overcome. They can go out and something doesn't fit right, or something doesn't go right, and they gotta adjust and adapt to that. So, seeing them do that, it was pretty cool. Seeing what goes on day in, day out. I do a little bit of selling too. So seeing them, seeing what they have to do and what all goes into a job, that helps me to schedule the days, how many days a job's going to be, and what they can do too.
Nice. So you said you worked for another company and then you came back to the family business to do marketing.
Yeah.
What prompted that? Was it just you wanted to get back into the family business, or was it just you were more passionate about one thing over another?
Yeah, so I really just wanted to get out on my own to see what that was like, because with I, I had to do some internships in college, and those were fun and all, but I wanted to also reach out or venture out, I guess, to something else, and it was a transportation company that I was at, and I wasn't really passionate about it. And I found more opportunity here, I guess you could say. So I did marketing there as well. It was fun, great company. But I guess I saw myself wanting to come back here and do this.
Yeah. Now I apologize for asking this again because I'm sure you already said it. But what year did you return back to the company?
I returned back. It was so I graduated in December of 2017 at Virginia Tech, and then
Yeah.
I worked a full year, and I came back. So I guess that would be the beginning of 19.
Okay, cool. So you were in-house working there doing marketing when the coronavirus pandemic hit, right?
At Bauer, yes,
Yeah, at Bauer.
yeah,
Yeah. So
yes,
what are some of the things that you all did to get over that hurdle in the year?
yeah, yeah. So I was actually tasked with the job of infectious disease officer, and so we were kind of mandated by the Virginia Department of Health. If you're over 11 employees, which we are, you have to come up with uh, a plan, and it's called an infectious disease plan. And so I ended up taking that over. It was about a 20-page plan, just going over everything that we do, from signing employees in every day to making sure they're wearing face masks um, to making sure they have the correct PPE equipment. And so we also have safety meetings every Tuesday, and I've taken over that, and we've kind of gone over coronavirus stuff with that as well. We have some guys, they now take separate vehicles. We've kind of gotten back into the normal of things a little bit lately, but yeah, for a year or so, it was very different. And also even on the marketing side, we we've been big in TV advertising ever since Wayne, my dad, started it back in '04. He's been really big into TV ads, and so we wanted to do a different TV advertisement commercial that really wasn't like the rest, where all you ever saw last year was in these unprecedented times or something like that.
Yeah.
And we didn't want that at all. We wanted something that could show something, being at home, being comfortable, but also that can withstand the test of time. And our marketing company came up with something great. So we we have a commercial that we came out with last year, and it's some family staying at home. It's being comfortable, but it has nothing to do with coronavirus, which I really thought was awesome.
Yeah. So this is actually the first time I've heard anyone mention this about the I mean, I've heard about the safety meetings and the PPE and all this stuff, but I hadn't heard anything actually about like working with the Center for Infectious Diseases and doing all of that stuff. So what did that process look like really from start to finish?
Yeah, so we got an email from the Virginia Department of Health, probably around this time last year now. And they were just they gave us a template, how what we all needed to what we needed to include in the infectious disease plan. And you know, it was things from the PPE equipment, like I said. It was the things from making sure you wear uh, face mask into homes or whatnot. But it was also, I had to come up with something on signing in every day. So we ask questions. We ask our employees, our guys, every day, the three questions: if they have been infected, or if they've been around them, or if they have traveled outside the United States or even outside the state. And if they answer no to that, then we can check them off. They can sign a piece of paper that they usually do. And so that was one of the biggest things. This it was it was a big old. It was, like I said, a 20-page paper about just what all we have to do about that stuff.
Yeah. And so what did those safety trainings that you had each Tuesday, what did those entail?
Yeah, so we do a safety meeting, like I said, every Tuesday. They entail anything from coronavirus safety to we also do a lot of new construction as well. So we go from coronavirus safety to um, ladder safety to being up on top of roofs, that type of safety, to really anything, to even, we talk about um, refrigerant sometimes, on how the refrigerant, how it's constantly changing because of the environment. And so we go into stuff like that. We do just odds and ends about it a little bit, from wearing your construction hard hat all the time, to doing what you need to do. We really want our guys. That's one thing that we really like, and that we really stress to our guys. If you need a new ladder, or if you need a new pair of tools, or if you need some type of equipment, do that. If your brakes on your truck are running bad, tell us. We want to make sure safety over anything here, and that's a big thing. That's a big thing here at Bauer.
Yeah. So with the new construction, I've noticed that one, because of the prices at I guess at the third party, dealers like Home Depot and Lowe's, because of the
Mm-hmm.
prices of lumber, a lot of new construction homes have actually kind of halted on, I guess, on the development of those properties. Are you guys experiencing any type of delay in some of those jobs due to prices going up?
No, not yet. I'm not saying that could be in the future, but no, not yet, really. We're hustling and bustling. I mean, we're cranking them out. It seems to really have been um, really busy this off season, so to
Yeah.
say, where we haven't really seen an off season.
Yeah.
And so, the only thing we see is materials going up, and all that. But no, as
Yeah.
for a lack of houses being built, we personally have not. Not to say that's not out there.
Yeah. So we have listeners to this podcast from all over the United States to even up in Canada.
Mhm.
So go ahead and tell them more about when your slow season, if you will, or when your slower season, when does that typically take place?
Yeah, so our slower season takes place anywhere between the end of February to now, pretty much. And then another one in the fall,
Yeah.
around September to early December, mid December.
Okay.
Usually when it hits December, we're uh, full blast with heating, and
Yeah.
then starting right now, we've had a few hot days actually back to back here in Roanoke. So it's been upper mid 80s here now. So we've got a lot of service calls going right now.
Yeah.
We've had about, I think, 4 or 5 last night after hours alone. So trying to get those in is we're starting to try to have to catch back up. So
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Roanoke's not too far away from where we're at. We're here in Virginia Beach, and
right.
the weather's pretty consistent with what you just said. The same with the seasonality. Um, so shifting over to like more of the marketing side of the conversation.
Yeah.
Uh, when it comes time for these shoulder seasons, when you guys are starting to slow down or you're about to ramp back up, what are some of the things that you guys do as far as like marketing and advertising?
Yeah. So we do a lot of digital advertising. So if we have it I think our guys call it programmatic advertising.
Yep.
So we get into a lot of that. Sometimes we'll have a click through to that, or an advert, or like a promotional thing for that. Other times we'll just have a straight up advertisement. We do that. We also, like I said earlier, we have been doing a ton of TV advertising ever since we really started the company. Since Wayne started the company, I should say. And we have consistently been on TV commercials for years now. That would be, I would say, that would be our best form of marketing. And we have a marketing group here now that's we're filming some new commercials too, and that we're excited about. So that's probably one of the biggest things that I like to um, invest my time and money into for that. And then when we started out, my dad Wayne, he really hit the paper, which you don't hear a lot anymore.
Yeah.
He really hit the paper, and then also, so here in Southwest Virginia, we have a lot of rural counties and a lot of um, older folks still like to get the phone book. So we actually put a very little amount of money into a phone book in one county around here. Um, that and we still get calls from older folks that don't get on the internet or don't watch TV or whatnot.
Yeah.
So we try to go and hit a lot of the demographic around here.
Yeah.
We are in Smith Mountain Lake area too, so we have a place there that we work out of as well, and we have a couple magazines there that we are in, and work big with the Chamber of Commerce out there. But like I said, going back, I know I keep saying it, but going back, TV advertising is probably our biggest form of advertising.
Yeah. So, what are some of the ways that you track the return on investment for the TV ads? Is there a certain use like a different phone number to track it, or is there another way?
Yeah, so every call that comes in to Bauer Heating and Air, we ask, "How'd you hear about us?" And most of the time, it has been Google, or well, I should say it's one of two things: it's Google, or they've seen our commercial. And we also get our marketing company. They give me uh, they email me a sheet every month. I'm sorry, every quarter about what advertisements, what commercials went out. And then it's a lot easier, as you would know, to track that on the digital side. So if they click on that advertisement, or they click on our Google ad, or they click on our Google page, boom, we have it right away. TV advertising, the main way we see that is we ask, and they'll tell us.
Yeah. Yeah, I've always been interested to know, because like a lot of people run TV ads, they'll run radio ads, as part of their marketing mix. And um, a lot of times, the radio jingles and like the TV jingles and stuff, those are the most remarkable, or like the most rememberable source. So a lot of times they'll be hit with those radio and TV ads 5, 6, 7 times. And then they'll go online and they'll Google Bauer heating and air
Yep.
conditioning. And then they'll call and then they'll say, "Oh, I heard about you on Google." And it's
Google,
like, no,
yeah.
you haven't. You've seen our TV ad 7 times. And now you just so happen to Google us because you have that top of mind awareness. You know who we are,
Right.
and you know that we exist. And so, but that's where they remember that. That's kind of like the last click attribution model that Google has now. But um, yeah, so about the TV ads that you all run, like what are some examples of some of the TV ad creative that you all have done in the past?
Yeah. So right now, I'll say what we're doing right now. Really. So right now we've you know the typical HVAC commercial where the tech shows up at the home, or the tech is out in the shop getting ready, going out. There's always a service tech, there's always a van, and there's always a heat pump, or
Mhm.
some type of HVAC equipment in there. And we have we wanted to get away from that. You can't differentiate company A from company B from company C if they all have that same thing. And
Mhm.
so we wanted to be that company D, where you're out, you're the outlier. And so right now we've come up with some things. We have we kind of wanted to do like a history type thing. So we have, for our winter commercial, we have a woman chopping down a tree, chopping wood, and then all of a sudden, one of our technicians comes in and has their iPad or has their phone, and says something to the extent of, "Hey, I fixed your AC. You're all good to go," or your heating, and you're all good to go. So we kind of wanted to bring the history, what people used to do, to now. You can update your heating and cooling in your house from your phone, from anywhere in the world almost.
Yeah.
I know on my phone, I have I have a thermostat where I can get on my phone and crank the temperature up or down on my way home from work, depending on what I want. And so we wanted to really bring that into existence with the commercial.
Yeah. Yeah, like the Nest or any of those other smart thermostats that got that app.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would be great to start seeing more HVAC companies doing funny ads rather than the typical ad, like you were saying, where their heat doesn't work and they're all mad, and then the technician comes and then they fix it and everyone's happy.
Yeah.
Like it would be
Yep.
funny. It would be funny to see a commercial where, and feel free to use this. This is just a stupid idea off the top of my head right now. A technician just got off work. He's going to the gas station to buy some beer. There's a family inside the beer cooler cooling off because and he's like, "What are you all doing?" And they're like, "Oh, our house is so hot. We're just getting some cool." And then he like puts the beer back on the shelf and he's like, "I'll come over right now and fix it." And like if you offer 24-hour emergency service, like
Yeah.
that could be like the selling point for that. Like that would
Yeah.
resonate with someone so much more than like the typical uh okay, call us today and we'll come fix your heat
Right.
pump.
Yep. Yeah. And I mean, that's one thing that I noticed when I've noticed commercials throughout, high school and college, just because I've always been interested in marketing. And, I grew up working in HVAC in the summers. And so I've noticed, and that's one thing that I noticed all of them have is the same thing over and over and over again. And it's kind of boring. We used to do it as well. I mean, and so that's one thing that I wanted to make sure we get out of. You still need to make sure that that it's an HVAC company, obviously, but you can do that in so many more different ways than the average. Hey, showing up. Hey, I fixed it. All smiles and all good to go.
Yeah. So, what are some other ways that you guys are differentiating yourselves in the Roanoke area?
Yeah. So our major thing is great service. We offer some of the best service. We try to get in. If you call in, we try to get you that same day. If not, we're going to get you pretty early the next day. Um, and then also one of the biggest things that we have here that a lot of companies may not, and that a lot of customers may not even know of or be aware of, is a sheet metal shop. We make all our duct here on site at Bauer Heating and Air, and so that is one big thing. I mean, it's like an assembly line out there. You start with just a single sheet of metal, and you work it all the way down until it's square duct or round duct or whatever we need to put in a home. So that's one major thing that we do. And another thing that differentiates yourselves, we do load studies here at Bauer Heating and Air. And you'll realize a lot of companies don't do that. And that's one thing we want to make sure that we are putting the right size system in the right size house each and every time. And so those are just a few of the ways that we differentiate ourselves.
Mhm.
Um, and so yeah.
So, how do you go about communicating that to the general public? Do you have different ads that run to really bring like education to the fact that you guys have your own sheet metal shop in house?
Yeah, so that's that can be difficult
Yeah.
because your average customer obviously is either one not going to care about that,
Hmm.
to be quite honest, and then two, they don't really, they may not even know what that means. And so when our sales guys go out, they really do. That's the biggest part that I guess when we advertise that is when our sales guys goes out, our comfort specialist goes out, um, and they really tell them, this is the advantage of coming with us because we have a sheet metal shop, and this is the advantage of having the sheet metal shop and having and doing load studies and doing what we need to do to make sure your unit is properly sized. A lot of people don't understand how a unit that could be working for years, the size unit that could be working for years for them, may not be the right size unit for them based on their ductwork. And a lot of guys in the trade, they understand it. They understand, a lot of these houses where the ductwork was built for heating only. Well, when they introduced centralized air in there, and it may be a little too small now for you. So um, getting the right size unit for the right size duct for the right size house is obviously one of the biggest things around. And our comfort specialist really does a good job to to educate our customers on that.
Yeah. We have a client that does custom duct work as well. Like they make it with the sheet metal in house. And he was
Mm-hmm.
mentioning to me a few weeks ago that there was also a shortage on sheet metal, or at least for where he
Yeah,
was getting it from. Is that something that you all have experienced as well?
yeah. So our shop, we've been having to purchase things ahead of time because it's either running out or the prices are skyrocketing or we just can't find anything. A lot of our distributors, they're out of luck as well
Yeah.
because nothing's coming in. And so, yeah, we're right now, that would probably be our biggest thing right now is struggling to get that type of stuff. Now we have plenty of it right now, but that's not to say, later on in the summer when things still aren't picking up, that then we may have some problems. But as of right now, we're doing good. But we're doing good because we are forecasting for it to be hard to get.
Yeah. And that had happened too
So
recently with Train. There was a warehouse issue in down in Texas because of the winter storm.
yeah. Yep. Yeah, that winter storm. We actually were so we're a train dealer here. We're a TCS dealer here, and we were on a meeting just a week ago or so. They were talking about that ice storm down there, how it shut down part of the plant, and they told us what was going to happen going forward. But yeah, trains one of them that's it's tough to get some stuff. And it's not, but I will say it's not just train. It's others around here too.
Yeah. Well, yeah, hopefully, the market will bounce back as far as, the a lot of factories that shut down and, went out of work for a little while. That's starting to ripple effect into right now. So hopefully it'll bounce back here soon. The prices will go back down and the availability will be there.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, it's just one of those things in business. It goes up, it goes down. You just got to adjust and adapt and pull through it.
Yeah,
It's uh, it's what it is. You just got to
absolutely.
have a positive attitude about it.
Yeah. So as we begin to wrap up here, I wanted to ask a few more questions. Uh, the first one is what's like the most important thing you've learned so far uh, doing advertising and sales in the trade?
Yeah. To get your name out there and consistently have your name out there and on different platforms. I even if it's experimenting with something, try it out. That's one thing that I when before I got here, we really didn't do much digital advertising. And, obviously in marketing classes in colleges nowadays, that's pretty much all they hit. That's what they're going to be hitting. And so I saw that, at least from the educational side, the digital advertising was big and was massive. And so that was one thing that I really wanted to hit and at least try out. And so, yeah, I mean, and so I'm glad that we are on TV for the people that have TVs. I'm glad that we're on digital for the people that do digital. I'm glad that sometimes if something comes up, we can get a full page ad in the paper if we want to.
Yeah.
For the people that still read the paper, or the people that log on to, we have the Roanoke Times here, and so people still subscribe to that online. So we can advertise there if we want to, and then just local advertising as well, all around the community. I really think that just having your name out there, keeping your name out there, then people will go to Google and they'll say, "Oh, I got it from Google," but no, you really didn't. You got it from somewhere in the community, just like you
Yeah.
said earlier.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, Tyler, what's the way that any of our listeners, either present or future, can get in touch with you or learn more about your company?
Yeah, so you can like us on Facebook at BauerHeatingandAir.com. I'm sorry, at Bauer Heating and Air on Facebook. You
Yeah.
can also go to our website, BauerFreshAir.com. And then we have also started a little bit here and there with Instagram. And you can follow us at Bauer underscore heating underscore and underscore air. So Bauer Heating and Air there, um, on Instagram.
Awesome. And if you are listening to this either live or in the future, and you're an HVAC contractor looking for some help growing your business, you can find us online at rivaldigital.com, or to stream more episodes, go to the website and visit the section that says podcast in the top. And that's where you can stream all episodes, including this one that we are recording right now. So if you're watching this live, either on Facebook or YouTube, and you're wanting to rewatch this in the future, you can go to our website and check it out there. Tyler, I appreciate you coming on the show today. This was awesome. This was a great first run of our live stream. So I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to be on the show with me.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime you want me back or want to do anything, let me know. I appreciate it, Eric.
Absolutely. We'll have to go ahead and plan on getting you back on another time before the year ends.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Awesome. All right.